A Toher, but AoE. Grandpa about to cook. What's the damage note of the new hero that are presenting Call of Dragons? Well, this is the bad boy, the grandpa of the Toher in Call of Dragons. He's having a skill talent tree which separate him from the Toher and the PvP talent tree, but still, this bad boy is going to fire up even before the Toher. So far, the Toher was the most speed mage in Call of Dragons. He was executing his spell before any other mage, and that's why it was extremely valuable. But right now the grandpa is here. What's the damage note? And this is like how many damage it's actually doing. It's like 300 every 2 seconds. So if one cycle of the spells is like 10 seconds, that means it's going to be 5 hits. If non-stop is hitting, this is 1.5k. But that's not all. Over the grandpa of the Toher, there is also damage to the random early enemy legion, 2 max to 3 in total, damage factor 300. So it's going to be the target and maybe 2-3, but here we add 1 extra, which is absolutely crazy. And this is just from level 1. I mean, you only open this skill and you're going to get 1 extra legion. From there, obviously, you're going to get some stacks with the defense and etc. I'm actually preparing video about the Yun Ming, which in my opinion is absolutely crazy hero in Call of Dragons. So what is the role of this hero? And the simple answer is sustain AoE mage. Oh my god. Quester fights. Sustain mage quester fights. This bad boy is going to destroy all of the enemies, especially when they're quester. Right now we're fighting since I'm, let's say, a little out of stamina. I have like 20 stamina on my legion, so I just decided to stop a little and make this video. So if you enjoy this type of videos, make sure you hit 1 like, also subscribe to this channel if you're new here. So in questers, what I mean by that is, look at this thing, all these juicy mages, stick it together. But that's not all. The majority of the cases, the infantries is also very nicely stuck. Or look at this legion. There is like maybe 5 troops inside, and you're going to get best benefits from this bad boy. I'm going to try to make some tests just because I get it today, and it's level 21. I need some experience to make him a bigger level, but maybe I'm going to go out with less troops. Still, from the talents, at least I want to get the 8% hero skill damage, and most likely I'm going to test him with Thunderlyn. I'm going to test him with Velyn. Yeah, definitely I'm going to test him with Velyn. We're going to see how the things will go there, how good this bad boy is going to be. But yeah, so far the role is sustain AoE mage quester fighting. So what is going to be the best partner? Obviously it's going to be the new other mage. This is going to be Gromara. There is a couple reasons behind. Obviously the first spell is just for this hero. It didn't actually request any kind of synergy and etc. The second spell also, the third spell also, but the last one is actually requiring a little more synergy with other heroes. Now normally the heroes are having like, you know, 4 spells, and the awakening one, the majority of the cases, the awakening spell is just boosting one of the spells or giving different ability. But here the awakening is when the rage skill, because I cannot pronounce this thing, deals damage, it has 50% chance to deal an extra instance of magic damage. Damage factor has temporarily buff stack. So this bad boy is looking for buffs. Max damage factor 300. Effect can be triggered once every 5 seconds. So here we're going to look for more buffs. First thing, we're going to see that deals magic damage, blah blah blah, and get this hero legion a 4% bonus. Now I'm going to make a separate video for Grahoma, but with 2 words. The rage skill of Gromara is actually boosting the damage of the deputy, which is absolutely crazy. Whatever you're doing, this hero is going to boost the skill damage bonus of the deputy with 10%. And from here, Garnison, we don't care about this. The Legion get, we don't care about this. But this one is, the Legion deals 5% more hero skill damage, dealing magic skill damage has 50% chance to increase the Legion, 50% chance to increase the Legion magic attack by 1%, 5 stacks. So you see how the stacks get boosted here. Hero skill damage 15%. Now on top of that, by getting those stacks, you're going to boost the grandpa Yun Ming, which you know is looking highest temporarily buff stacks. So the highest temporarily buff stacks most likely is going to be from Granoma. Now also, even with no Gramona, you're going to still have this one, which is 50% chance to add 10% defense, 3 stacks. So you're still going to have this one, so he can work independently, but it's going to be better to be with Gramona. Gromara, oh my god, it's so hard. This name I still don't learn it for so long time. So yeah, this is going to be the best partner for this bad boy. I can actually say any other hero, mage hero with stacks, but we're not having that many hero with the stacks. Maybe Muxiang, whenever they get 1 stack of Scaleware Mask, each stack increase the damage by 6%, blah blah blah. Or maybe with Zeta. Zeta is also, I don't know if it's actually a good option, since she's also bringing some stacks. But yeah, I think it's going to be good with Muxiang, one of the pairing, or Gromara. This is going to be the best partner for this bad boy. Now let's talk about the artifact synergy, and we're going to talk about cooldown, rage adds, and basically everything that you need to know for artifacts. Since we're still not having the new artifact, I think we're not having it. Maybe it's going to, yeah, it's basically here. Dragon Fate, this is the new artifact that's presented with the 2 new heroes, so obviously there is a big chance this artifact will work the best with this hero. It's a suit one, magic units attack, legion attack. This is very nice. I really like the suit artifacts because, for the people who don't know, back in the days there was still like, is artifacts giving merits or not giving? Artifacts are giving merits, so the harder you're hitting, the better. So yeah, it's do it diffusing damage, but look at this thing. It's hitting pretty decent. It's like 1 circle. It's not around the heroes, it's like 1 circle. So this is, you know, the artifact that most likely is going to be good with this one, but I think any assault artifact is going to be good. Now do diffuse it. Now additional effects: when launching a normal attack, the Waldyr Legion has 50% chance to deal extra magic damage to the next time deals hero skill damage. Damage factor effect can be triggered once P6, whatever is this P6, but I think he's going to be best with this hero just because he's hitting multiple legions. Can go up to maybe 5 legions, 4 or 5 legions. So far Waldyr was the hero that was hitting the most legions. Basically Awakened 1 legion plus 3. The new one is going to hit like 1 plus from 3 to 4, if I read it correctly. So this artifact is, the additional effect is going to work perfectly well with the new hero, with Yun Ming. I have to learn this name, Yun Ming. So yeah, I think this is going to be the perfect artifact. If you don't want to use this artifact, any other artifact with some damage boosting is going to perfectly fit with Yun Ming. Now let's talk about the positioning. It's going to be mid back line. I think you don't want to be in the front. Obviously, when the infantry start executing blink, like you're going to see, these 2 bad boys actually execute some blink and they stuck some mages. The main purpose in the positioning is going to be safe, so to not actually get catched, in the same time try to catch clusters. I think for every AoE mages, this is with big this is the most important thing, but I think it's even more important for this bad boy. Even though that he's having a defense, he can get some stacks like 90%, 30% defense with 3 stacks, which, you know, the mages are having the biggest defense against other mages in Call of Dragons. So, you know, this is going to be perfectly fit if you're fighting against mages. Still in Call of Dragons, as you can see, the majority of the players are playing with mages. There's rare some marksmans appear here and there. I personally use marksmans when I finish the stamina of my heroes. like I finish off my main marches, the minute I start using Margaret with Margaret with Zeta, Syndrian with Frygar, and etc. I just start to be more adaptive in these things. Oh my god, we have to get these buried bones. Okay. By the way, for the people who don't know, when you start when you start your policy right now, you can actually speed up and use research speed ups. You can use research speed ups. This is maybe one of the biggest wins in this new update. You basically, with research speed ups, you can basically finish this thing, and voila, and you can start it again. The only bottleneck is going to be the prestige, but yeah. Anyway, going back to my favorite hero that I'm going to test soon. Investment plan, I think, is going to be for sure is going to be the rage skill. Obviously, I think this one is a very good one, and I think this one, so like 555 is going to be good, even though that this one is looking interesting. So maybe 5155. But here is the thing with this new thing that you can have. Maybe this is not a good when you go in the skills, when you open the next skills, if the desired skill is level 3 and you don't like to get level 2, you cannot escape from level 2. You can block level 3 and go with level 1 and level 2, but you cannot block level 2. So, you know, there is a new update in Call of Dragons where, you know, you can lock some skills, but in the same time it's like some of the skills you cannot actually lock them. So I think it's going to be very nice for this bad boy, like 5. Now this one need to be tested, so for sure these 3 spells is going to be good, and maybe fully awaken it, to be honest. Maybe fully awaken it. When in the battle, gain Divine's Mark for 10 seconds every 20 seconds. When Divine's Mark is activated, the Legion get 15% magic attack and promotional targets 3 Legion, a strong and blessing, blah blah blah, have 100% trigger chance. So yeah, this hero need to be awakened for sure. This bad boy need to be awakened. So this is from the investment plan. Obviously this hero need to be awakened. There is a heroes that you're going to be perfectly well if you go 5-5-1-1 or maybe 3 times 5-1 and etc. But this hero need to be awakened. Now, is there some nerf risk? Is there a chance the game actually nerf this hero? Well, there is a small chance. So far, I don't think they're going to nerf him, but it's looking very strong one. This hero, Yun Ming, is looking very strong one. So, so far, I think Call of Dragons don't touch that much the heroes. The majority of the cases, they even boost the specific hero. Rarely I see some nerfs. I don't even know some nerfs in my mind. So is there a nerf risk? I don't think so. What is the counter of this hero? Obviously cavalry is going to be forcing him to kite, so also some interrupts and etc. But I think the main problem with this hero is going to be cavalry. But I think this is applying for everybody. It's not only for this hero. Everybody who, I mean, it can be infantry that is jumping like this and doing some AoE damage. We have some crazy infantry legions lately. It can be cavalry. So he have to kite. He have to kite from the blink infantry. So this is the counter: cavalry and blink infantry, most likely. Because again, with the defense, he's more have a better survivability from any mages in Call of Dragons. Team win con. I think is going to be fights around the chokes. Around the chokes, this bad boy is going to milk everything, because let's be honest, around the chokes, especially when the legions are coming, you can do pretty decent AoE damage, and this bad boy is the grandmaster of AoE. Now like this, you can still catch some legions to do some AoE damage, but yeah, I think it's going to be around choke points. Like every other mage, I think this is going to be the specific positioning that is going to bring the most merits for this bad boy. So I'm very excited to actually test this hero. So yeah, right now I'm trying to level up him with some Darkling creatures around my castle. I don't have any kind of combat points, but definitely I'm going to try to level up him. So yeah, if you get that far in the video, make sure hit one like and also subscribe if you're new in this channel. I wish you a great day and see you in the next video. Yeah.